Now that we have entered a new year and I've added some new credit cards over the last couple months that are going to change my credit card setup, I wanted to discuss what's in my wallet and what my credit card strategy looks like to start 2023. So in this video, I'm going to discuss what's in my wallet for Q1 2023, in which I'll discuss each of the credit cards that are in my wallet and the use cases that I have for each of them. Also, make sure to stay until the end of this video, because at the end of this video, I'll discuss a credit card that is going to be a wild card for me in terms of the fact that this card could drastically change what my credit card strategy is going to look like to start 2023. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so let's start with the most recent credit card that I've added to my setup, and is actually now my most used credit card, and that is going to be my American Express Gold card. Apparently, in a New York Post article, 53% of Americans said that they would consider themselves to be foodies, and I would definitely consider myself to be one of those people. The reason I say this is because the American Express Gold card is frequently described as the foodie card because a lot of the spending categories revolve around food. Specifically, the American Express Gold card is going to get you 4x back on dining in grocery stores, which are two of the most popular spending categories for the vast majority of people. 9 months out of the year, I would definitely be using my American Express Gold card for both dining and for grocery stores. But in Q1, I'm actually going to get a higher rate for grocery stores with a different credit card, and I will discuss that in a bit. But the 4x back that I get on dining with my AMEX Gold card is still going to be my highest rate for dining, so I'm going to use my American Express Gold card anytime that I go to restaurants to, number one, get 4x back on dining, and then number two, show off the beautiful design of this card. I don't currently have any flights planned for Q1 of 2023, but that could definitely change, and if I do decide to book any flights, then I could take advantage of getting 3x back on flights booked directly with Airlines with my American Express Gold card. And then the American Express Gold card is going to give me two $10 credits every single month, which are going to be a $10 dining credit and a $10 Uber credit. That $10 Uber credit is going to be awarded in the form of $10 in Uber cash that is added to your account every single month. And that $10 in Uber cash can either be used for Uber rides or Uber Eats, but so far I've only been using that credit for Uber Eats, and I do anticipate that that will stay that way going forward. The $10 dining credit is going to be a statement credit that is applied to your credit card statement every month when you make select purchases at Grubhub, The Cheesecake Factory, Shake Shack, Wine.com, and more. So far, I've mainly been using that dining credit at Grubhub, but 1 month I did use that credit at the Cheesecake Factory, and so going forward, I think I will still primarily use this credit for Grubhub, but there will be some months that I might be able to utilize this credit at the Cheesecake Factory or Shake Shack or places like that. Overall, I'll be using my AMEX Gold card for those two $10 monthly credits for 4x back on dining, and then potentially for 3x back on flights in Q1 of 2023. The next credit card that I have in my wallet for Q1 of 2023 is going to be my Chase Freedom Flex. The Chase Freedom Flex does not have an annual fee, and then that credit card is going to get me 5x back on rotating quarterly categories, 5x back on travel booked through the Chase portal, 3x back on dining, 3x back on drugstore purchases, and then 1x back on everything else. The rotating category for Q1 2023 is going to be for grocery stores, Target, fitness clubs, and gym memberships. So when I mentioned earlier that I typically use my American Express Gold card for all my grocery store purchases, but in Q1 I actually had another card that would get me an even better rate for grocery stores, well, that card is going to be my Chase Freedom Flex. So in Q1 2023, I'll primarily be using my Chase Freedom Flex for that rotating quarterly category, and that grocery store category is going to be really valuable. Outside of that, I probably won't be using my Chase Freedom Flex all that much, but one thing that I do really want to do a better job of taking advantage of is going to be the GoPuff credit that I get on all of my Chase cards. GoPuff is a delivery service that offers things like snacks, alcohol, home essentials, and things like that, and they formed a partnership with Chase to offer you a $10 statement credit on all of your Chase credit cards. I haven't been the best of utilizing this credit in the past, but in reality, there's no reason that I shouldn't, because it's really nice to be able to get a statement credit, especially for a card that does not have an annual fee. GoPuff also doesn't require you to have any sort of mandatory monthly membership, but they do charge a $3 flat delivery fee, so I'll probably use this credit to get something like a snack while I'm editing these videos, so that I can stay close to the $10 in statement credits that I would get back. So overall, in Q1 of 2023, I'll be using my Chase Freedom Flex as my dedicated grocery store card, and then I'll also make sure to utilize the GoPuff credit. The next credit card that I'll have in my wallet for Q1 2023 is going to be my Chase Freedom Unlimited. Just like the Freedom Flex, the Freedom Unlimited does not have an annual fee, and then the Freedom Unlimited is going to get me multipliers of 5x back on travel booked through the Chase portal, 3x back on dining, 3x back on drugstores, and then 1.5x back on everything else. The key value that I'll get from my Chase Freedom Unlimited is that since this card is going to get me 1.5x back on everything, I'll be able to use my Freedom Unlimited as my catch-all credit card. Plus, when I first signed up for the Chase Freedom Unlimited, I was able to get a welcome bonus in which I received an additional 5% back on gas stations during my first year of having the card, and I got the Freedom Unlimited back in February of last year, so I'll be using my Chase Freedom Unlimited as my gas station credit card through February of 2023 to capitalize on the 5x back. Finally, just like on my Chase Freedom Flex, I'll get a $10 monthly GoPuff credit as well, so I want to make sure that I'm utilizing that on my Chase Freedom Unlimited as well. So I'll be using my Chase Freedom Unlimited in my wallet to start this year as my gas station credit card, my catch-all credit card, and then I'll make sure to utilize the monthly GoPuff credit. Okay, so I've talked about a bunch of different credit cards that are in my wallet, but what wallet am I actually using? Well, the wallet I'm actually using now is going to be my new Ekster wallet. So for those of you who don't know what Ekster is, it's basically a high-tech wallet company. They make lightweight wallets that are really, I just think they're really cool designed. So for instance, I'll just give you a quick rundown of what the design is. So here's the front of the wallet right here. The back of the wallet, let me just cover up my card number here, but the back of the wallet is right here. So as you can see, you can have like a credit card or a cash or whatever on the back. And then beyond that, right here, it actually, at the very top, it has this slot where you can basically put up to 6 different credit cards inside of it. And then right here, you have this lever at the bottom. So basically just go like that. It's pretty cool. As you can see at the very top, I just have my Chase Sapphire preferred for this video. But I love this wallet. It's really lightweight. So like when I'm walking around, it feels like there's a feather in my pocket instead of a big brick. With my regular wallet that I used to have. So I love how lightweight it is. I think it's really cool. And for any of you who are interested in getting an Ekster wallet, I actually do have an affiliate link down in the description of this video where I believe right now you're gonna get 35% off on any purchase that you make with Ekster. So this, I believe, is the aluminum wallet, and I really like it. So that's definitely one thing you can get, but they have a bunch of other stuff as well. Even things beyond wallets, so bags and phone cases and stuff like that. So feel free to go check that out if you're interested. The next credit card in my wallet for Q1 2023 is going to be my Alaska Airlines credit card. I actually don't have any flights planned so far for Q1 2023, but I love travel and I'm super open to a spontaneous trip if the opportunity were to present itself. In fact, last quarter I went to Guadalajara, Mexico, and I didn't even know at the start of that quarter that I was actually planning on going. I ended up booking my flight about 3 weeks before the trip even started. And the main value that I get from my Alaska Airlines credit card every single year is that I get an annual companion fare, which gives me more value than the fee that I pay on the card every single year. So I'm always looking for a prime opportunity to use that companion fare. I actually won't be using this card to book any flights because luckily I don't need to book flights with my Alaska card to get one of the most valuable perks, which is free checked bags. So that will allow me to take advantage of getting 3x back on flights booked directly with airlines with my American Express Gold card. But if I do decide to book an Alaska flight with my AMEX Gold card, then I'll be able to take advantage of 20% back on Alaska in-flight purchases, so things like food and drinks, and then I'll also be able to get a 50% off an Alaska Lounge Day Pass if I wanted to check out one of the Alaska lounges. The next credit card in my wallet for Q1 2023 is going to be one of the most valuable cards in my wallet, but it's also going to be one of my least used credit cards, and that card is going to be my Chase Sapphire Preferred. The Chase Sapphire Preferred gets 5x back on travel booked through the Chase portal, 3x back on dining, 3x back on online grocery store purchases, 3x back on select streaming services, 2x back on all other travel, and then 1x back on everything else. So the main use case that I'll get from the multipliers on the Chase Sapphire Preferred is that I may take advantage of the 2x back on all other travel to do something like book an Airbnb. Like I mentioned, I don't currently have any travel planned for Q1, but I'm completely open to the opportunity to go on a trip, and I do tend to prefer Airbnbs over hotels. Additionally, just like on my Chase Freedom Flex and Chase Freedom Unlimited, I want to make sure that I utilize the $10 monthly GoPuff credit. But the reason that I said the Sapphire Preferred is going to be one of the most valuable cards in my wallet for Q1 is due to the card's ability to maximize my redemption value upside. Basically, by themselves, the Chase Freedom Flex and Chase Freedom Unlimited do not offer the opportunity to transfer out your Chase points to Chase's travel partners, but the Chase Sapphire Preferred unlocks the ability to do just that, so I can basically pool all of my Chase points within my Chase Sapphire Preferred, I then transfer out all of those points out to Chase's travel partners. And transferring out my points to Chase's travel partners is going to allow me to at least get 2 cents per point in redemption value, which in other words is basically going to double the amount of value that I get from my Chase points. So the Chase Sapphire Preferred's ability to unlock the best possible redemption values is going to be the reason that this is going to be one of the most valuable cards in my setup, despite not using it too often. Finally, the last credit card in my setup for Q1 2023, which is going to be my wild card, is going to be my Hilton Surpass card. Before I get into what makes the Hilton Surpass card my wild card, let's get into the multipliers on this card. So the Hilton Surpass card has multipliers of 12x back at Hilton properties, 6x back on dining, 6x back at grocery stores, 6x back at gas stations, and then 3x back on everything else. But Hilton points typically have a value of about 0.6 cents per point. So in reality, those multipliers can basically be divided in half, and those are the actual multipliers that you would get adjusted for the point value. So again, I don't have any travel planned as of now, but if I do plan to book any travel in Q1 and I do stay at a hotel, then I would use my Hilton Surpass card to book a stay at a Hilton property. And then my Chase Freedom Unlimited is going to be my gas station card through February of 2022 because I'll get 5x back on that card. But in March 2022, once that 5x expires, I'll use my Hilton Surpass card as my gas station card in March. But now if I get into what makes the Hilton Surpass card my wild card for Q1 2023, well, there's a chance that everything I just said about what's in my wallet gets thrown out the window, and I instead put all of my spending on the Hilton Surpass card, and here's why. Basically, if you were able to spend $15,000 or more in one calendar year on the Hilton Surpass card, you are able to receive a free night certificate. And Hilton free night certificates are super valuable because they are completely uncapped, which basically means that you can redeem them at any Hilton property worldwide. There will be some restrictions, so for example, you can't use the free night certificate to book an all-inclusive property, but you are easily able to save at least $500 from this free night certificate. And if you're able to be really strategic, you can even book a property that has a rate closer to $1,000 with this certificate. Now, normally my expenses would be much lower to where this wouldn't really be worth it, but I do have some higher expenses coming up because I'm getting married in the summer of 2023, and I do plan to go on a honeymoon. So this would be the perfect time to put those higher expenses on the Hilton Surpass card, get the free night certificate, and then be able to use that during my honeymoon. I'm still not 100% that this is the route that I want to take, but if I do that, then I'll literally be putting all of my spending, including all of my higher expenses, on the Hilton Surpass card. And if I do decide to do that, then I'll definitely make a dedicated video diving into exactly why I made that decision. But overall, that's what's in my wallet for Q1 of 2023. But I'm curious to hear from all of you. So let me know down in the comments what's in your wallet for Q1 2023. And these are the credit cards that I have in my wallet. But if you're looking to add another credit card to your wallet, then you want to make sure that you get accepted on that application. So make sure to watch this video next so that you avoid some of the most common mistakes on credit card applications. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Peace.